Well, it was another hour and 20 minutes or so of getting the old juices flowing and getting you thinking and getting you crying and get damn Ryan pose. Let's talk about it, you guys.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What,
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 1, episode 3 of Pose. This was just as good as the first two. It's a whole episode really dedicated to Christmas and how Christmas went down, and it was a very emotional episode. Because we started right off. Angel was telling Blanca the story of why she doesn't really do Christmas. She doesn't really mess with Christmas. And she told Blanca told the kids, period, we're going to start a new tradition where each one of my kids are going to get one request from mother. Drop me a note under the tree. I'll find the note, and I'm going to give you one gift, one thing. Just I guess they wrote up multiple things that they would want, and she got whatever she was going to get for them. And Angel said, "I don't want anything. I don't want anything." And then she tells the story of when she was a little boy. I think she said she was 7 or 8 years old, and she went shopping with her dad, and she went in the store and seen a pair of red patent leather pumps, and they were just the most beautiful things she had ever seen. She basically mopped one and stole one pump and went home, and it ended up falling out of her coat. And her mom and her dad seen it, and then her dad smacked her across her face because she had begged them to keep it. They were, naturally going to take it back. She begged to be able to keep it. Her dad smacked her across the face. One, for stealing, but mostly for what it was that she did steal. And then she said, he basically treated her different after that. So I was like, oh boy, this is what we're going to be doing. This is going to be a mess right here. So I said, okay. So that was that. Through this episode, we see Angel got her apartment. Stan got her apartment, beautiful apartment. The one request she actually asked from him is on Christmas. Can you come by if for nothing but an hour? That will make this feel like home for me. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. How that all worked out. And they actually finally had full on sexual intercourse, I believe, for the first time in her place. And everything just seemed to be going really, really good. And some of it I understand. Miss Angel's young. She's young, and in the midst of her being young, she's a bit delusional about what the reality of things is. Like, bitch, for what is really what your situation really is, you have it good. Like, you got it better than most girls. Most girls never meet the sugar daddy like what she has. She has met the sugar daddy. He's all in as much as he can be. But that's not enough for Blanca. Blanca wants to be the wife. Not Blanca. I keep saying Blanca. I'm sorry. It's Angel. Angel wants to be the wife. Blanca keeps telling Angel, girl, let that go. Like, bask in whatever it is you have going on. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to. You know, your little white boyfriend, honey, it's not. Girl, stop. That's the delusion. But there's something in her, she just cannot escape that. She's like, this is who I am. This is who I want to be. She, you know, you see her getting herself all ready for him on Christmas to come over. She's baking cookies and talking with an English accent. And it's like, girl, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. But you continue on. Whatever. So let's switch out of that. We'll talk about Miss Angel again later. Ball. Baby. We go to, you know, we always have our ballroom scenes, and I live for these ballroom scenes. Baby, I heard, honey, is it all over my face? I said, oh, here y'all go, honey. Next thing you know, I was sitting over here, honey, I was giving, you got me love dancing. Baby, I said, look, y'all giving it to me. And then the category was fur. Butch Queen runway in fur. Bitch, listen here. This little child came down there, baby, and gave you all doom, 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 baby, and went had this purple fur, was gorgeous. They were trying to read it first. At first, they was trying to give him the rah rah, baby. He gave the coat swoosh, honey, and went to lay it down, and she said, "Bitch, that fur had better not touch the ground." And he gave, but of course, baby, and laid the fur out with the fur up and the lining down. She said, "That's right. Nothing touches the floor but the motherfucking lining." Woo, honey. And he got down and laid on that damn fur and bust out into a dip, baby, a la Willie Ninja, and bent all the way back. And bitch, I just went to screaming. It was everything. It was everything. Everything. It was so, and I know this scene. I could just imagine being around the table with this scene. This scene was Willie Ninja. If you don't know who Willie Ninja is, baby, Willie Ninja is a ballroom legend. Okay? One of the first, one of the hugest ballroom legends that ever lived, honey. Willie Ninja. You talk about voguing, Willie Ninja. Google it. Google it. Go watch Paris is Burning if you've not have not watched it. You'll get the Willie Ninja. Willie Ninja. Honey. Please. Anyway, turned it. And that is that little situation. Of course, that child won that category, but this was Ricky's first showing at a ball. He's nervous as hell. Damon said, "You got if you want to even ask to be in the house of Evangelista, you gotta walk. You have to walk the ball. You gotta try to snatch a trophy to be even considered to be in the house." Baby, that Ricky did his debut with his pretty brown skin, honey, and hit that floor, baby, with this mean ass lynx coat, which is the one fur that I have always wanted for me. I said before I leave the planet, baby, I'm gonna have me a lynx, honey. He hit that floor with that lynx coat, baby, and gave them. They said, "Billy D. Williams." I said, "Work, Ricky, bitch." He turned it. He turned it, and he did get, you know, first place, you know, first runner up or whatever, because he couldn't fuck with the child, little Willie Ninja child with the purple coat, please, please, please. But that lynx coat was everything, everything. There was another fur coat with tails, bitch. I was over here dying, just dying. Anyway, but you all know fur never goes out of style. It just is what it is. Honey, some furs they just never go out of style, and lynx. It's the one that you don't see very much because people can't afford it. That's really upper class, upper echelon, very lynx and sable. Baby, you don't see them around, just floating around, honey. Lynx and sable. Yes, God, Daddy. Loved it. But anyway, later on that night, Ricky and Blanca actually got to talk. And she was kind of skeptical about whether or not to allow Ricky into the house. And she said, "Where'd you get that coat at?" And it's like, "Did you mop it?" And he ended up telling her, that he basically mopped it out of a like a coat check situation, but he was going to take it back. She's like, "Okay, this is not what the house is about. We are not about mopping and all that kind of carrying on. If you come into the house, I can't have you be a distraction to Damon. Damon has to continue doing what he's going to do, and I don't need no distractions from you, or I'll throw your ass out of here as quick as you can unpack." And you ain't got shit, so you know how fast that is. So she told him, "Come on." She lets him in. Next thing we see was just heartbreaking. It was disgusting. It made you feel a type of way, but this is a reality of what was actually going on. Pray tell and the school director didn't even know each other. That's like that 6 degrees of separation, but they both were at the hospital at the same time visiting somebody. The school director was visiting a student of hers, and Pray Tell was visiting a boyfriend, a guy that he had just started dating a few months ago. And it was showing the deplorable care that was given to HIV and AIDS patients, where people didn't really want to deal with them. They were just treated very shittily. That's like a new word there, shittily. They were treated just terrible. They weren't being cleaned properly. Like you could see that they had like soiled gowns, and the one child, they didn't bring his food into the room. He says, "Oh, the one nurse, she never brings the food in. She just leave it on the floor out in the hallway and shit like that." But it's ugly. It's disgusting. Very inhumane, but these are the things that were actually going on. These things were going on. Um, it was a mess. After that, we actually saw the student passed away. And the teacher, she took it really, really bad. That was because Pray Tell's boyfriend has the virus and was sick. He had gotten pneumonia, and you kind of knew he never coming back out of the hospital. The other child had full-blown AIDS. He had full-blown AIDS to the point where his eyes were glassed over. He had cataracts. He was getting the lesions on his skin, and he was hallucinating and different things like that from the medication and the pain, and it was just, it's rough. It's rough. Really, really rough. She took it very hard when he passed on. Just period. His whole state was just rough. Blanca actually had to sit down with Pray Tell, because first he really didn't want to bring his guard down. Talk about what he was saying. The sad thing is that these things happen, and it was sad because he has gotten used to the bullshit. Like, that's the bad thing, is that I'm like used to it. He was becoming desensitized to it the same way that we are now about like people getting shot. When I was a little boy and I was growing up, you never seen dead bodies on TV. Like, there's no goddamn way you wouldn't see that. But right now, when you watch the news, it could be the 12 o'clock noon news, and you may see somebody in a body bag. You may see somebody's ass where the body bag ain't made it yet. And we are so desensitized to these things to where it's like, oh, somebody got fucked up. Oh, okay. It was never like that when I was a little boy. And it really hasn't been that long ago when I was a little boy. I'm 46. So we're talking 40 years ago. Just 40 years ago. It was, you see no shit like that on TV. And if you put another 20 years on top of that, you didn't even see people in the bed together. You go back to like Donna Reed and different shows like that. They had the men and women, they were married, and in their bedroom, they had two separate beds. They had like single beds in the room. You didn't even see two men, two a man and a woman laying in a bed together, and now you see a motherfucker stretched out with their toes pointing at the moon. This is where we're at. So it's very sad how we become desensitized to things that at one point was truly taboo, and it was not that long ago. It wasn't 100 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Okay. Anyway, but boom, boom, bam, and we do that. When I go to pose, we do that. I get off topic. It is what it is. I'm not even going to apologize anymore. You all have told me in the comments, and I love you guys for don't even apologize. You go off topic, to hell with it. Do your shit, and that's what we're gonna do. So I ain't gonna apologize for it no more. I'm gonna be going off topic. So be it. But yeah, desensitize it to fuck shit is where we're at. It's sad but true. Um, so that was that. But Blanca told Pray Tell, you're not going to be sitting around on Christmas by yourself, not doing anything. Because that's what he was saying. How do you even allow yourself to engage and be into a relationship when you know that it's very possible a couple months they may not even be here anymore? You don't know who's sick. Fucked up state of affairs. But it's the reality. It's the reality of what was going on at that time. So that was that. Pray Tell's going to spend Christmas with the house of Evangelista and not by itself. I was happy to see that. Shortly after that, Damon, he was getting ready for a ball. It was this big ball because the snowball. It was the last ball of the year. And they wanted everybody to come on their A game. Pray Tell was doing costume. He made this fierce little jacket, fierce little Mrs. Claus jacket. It was given yes, honey, with the little flare and it was longer in the back and had the fur on it. It was cute. It was really cute on Miss Blanca. And Damon was getting the choreography ready for them to walk as a house. There would be some dancing elves. And child, I just love Poppy. Do you all love Poppy? I love Poppy. Poppy's like the one actual boy in the house. He's like the one little yo boy in the house. Baby, I likes that Poppy. You understand me? So I'm Poppy. Okay. We like Poppy. And he's just so sweet. He really is. He's like a little yo boy, but he's not totally hard all the way around. We like Poppy, child. But anyway, um, Damon then got caught up, messed around, was late for school, gets there, pisses the teacher off. She tells him, like, he's trying to make these excuses for why he's late and this, that, the other. And he mentioned the ball. Why did he do that, baby? She's like, so this is where your dreams are now? Your dreams are no bigger than some goddamn ball? And again, doesn't understand the ballroom culture, doesn't really know everything about it, and she thinks it's a waste. And there's a lot of heterosexual people who are like that. There's a whole lot of homosexual people who feel that way. I know drag queens right now that are very big in the drag circuit that feel like balls are a waste of time. And how you could feel that way about anything that has to do with the LGBTQIA community is just beyond me. I will never discount any function or or gathering that's going on with the trans community because I'm not trans. So it's important to them. Shit, it's important to me. Just like drag is important to me. You got the butch queens that it ain't important to them. Fuck you. It's important to me. Then you got the ballroom. Drag queens that don't think that the ballroom or pageant queens and shit don't think that the ball. Oh, that's just stupid. A trophy. It's not stupid, bitch. It's not stupid. It is important to them. We lack a mutual respect across the boards. Same thing with our lesbians. Our lesbians, they love softball. And I know that sounds so stereotypical, but they love softball. Guess what? I don't even do sports. I don't do sports. I don't give a damn about baseball, football, hockey, none of that shit. Football, what? What's the other one? Basketball. Don't care nothing about it. But guess what? If you don't get out of the way and let them motherfucking lesbians play softball, bitch, you had better. It's important to them, so it is important to me. That's just the way I feel about it. It's the way I've always felt about it. I am truly an advocate of my people across the board. I don't have to understand because all of it's not for me. It's very deep and wide, and there's a lot to it. I'm not supposed to understand it all, but am I supposed to respect it all? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've been here long enough to know better. When you know better, you do better. But I've always been the same person. I've never discounted any of the other. Child, I just don't. And you might hear me say anything because you know I'll do it in a minute, child. I'll call the boys fags and I'll call the girls bull daggers. Child, I call the trans girls trannies and all because I grew up in all of it, so it don't make no difference. Child, say it because I'm all inclusive of all of it, honey. And I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about being politically correct when it comes to my people because just like I say my shit, and I don't mean, nothing, because ain't no biggie. Child, I'll call my damn self old fag, so it don't make no difference. I'll jump out there and rip your goddamn tonsils out if you bother one of them. So it's, child, there needs to be whatever. In a perfect world, honey, everybody will be respectful, but that ain't what's going on. I guess we're gonna get shit together at some point. Anyway, okay, I'm done soapboxing. I'm done. Let me go. Let me move on. Okay, so Damon that pissed off the teacher, and he been kicked out of class. So she says, he got to get this shit together. It's not gonna work. And I'll be doing some cuts coming into the semester. And right now, he's in a position where he'll probably gonna get cut. Baby, listen. Blanca went on down there and talked to girlfriend, got her all the way together, and told her, honey, what you're not gonna do is discount what it is that I do and what my world is, because you don't understand it. Now I got you about what you saying, and I want to be the best mother to Damon, and I'm going to push, and I'm gonna get him on track. But bitch, we're not going to be running around here stepping on each other's toes. That's just not what we're going to do. And I love the teacher. I mean, because she doesn't understand, but she's good enough person to actually to give shit a try and listen. And so Blanca, she approached Damon and told him, listen, yeah, get your shit together. You will not screw up this opportunity that has been afforded to you. It's just not going to happen. I'd rather you be mad with me, and then later on, you'll understand why I did it. But baby, there's not going to be no balls for you. You're not going to be wanting no balls. That's all. You're being punished until you get your shit together. And baby, he got mad and told her, you can't tell me, and I'll go anyway. She said, I'll take all your shit and throw it out that front door. You understand me? Now you're not going to the ball, bitch. And you will be at school, and you will be there on time, twinkle toes, twirling with the girls. I said, all right, Miss Blanca. That Miss Blanca's everything. She got his ass together. Now, speaking of house mothers, that goddamn Elektra, this whore, she done went down to the clinic. And she's like, oh, I know I don't have the virus. We're going to keep our goddamn good eye on you. We're going to keep our good eye on you, Elektra, because that attitude right there makes you a prime candidate for somebody that would have the virus. But anyway, her whole situation is about gender reassignment, okay? And doing the gender reassignment surgery and getting up the money to do it and all of this. Now, I know you're saying she got a sugar daddy, but sugar daddy, she explains, he basically counts every penny that he gives her. And she had never spoke about this before. And I think they're going to speak about it more next week, about how the sugar daddy feels about reassignment surgery, because that's one thing about men that have that fetish where they're really into the girls. Some men won't feel the same way about the girls after they get reassignment surgery. So I think we're going to touch on that in another episode later on. So just keep your eyes and your ears peeled for that. I'm all in for that. But that damn Elektra, she's such a shady, dusty bitch, to where she come up with a scheme. Oh yes, girls, we're going to, because they were like, why can't you get money from your sugar daddy to redo the house and get everything we need for Christmas? And she's like, honey, I don't work like that. He ain't featuring y'all like that. So she said, I got a plan. Baby, when I tell you they went down there and mopped the damn Salvation Army's bucket, a mess. They had this whole plan worked out, and they distracted the people. And Elektra ran down the street, baby, with some wire cutters and cut the goddamn pail off, honey, and stole the goddamn Salvation Army's money. I said, oh, you dirty bitch. There was $2,300 in there. We talking about back in '89. Bitch, that was a good old sweep, honey. I said, yes, bitch. Then, just as things were looking good, why did Elektra take the money? Self-serving whore. Took the money, went down to the doctor's office, and told me, here's $2,300 as a down payment on my surgery. I said, oh, that dirty bitch. They done went and risked their freedom, stealing the bucket from the Salvation Army, going to hell about the Salvation Army's money, and this bitch is Gary by pussy. I said, oh, damn. A mess. She is a self-centered, nasty little whore. She really is. She's bad. She's terrible. She is a child. I told you there's different kinds of house mothers. That bitch ain't wrapped right. She ain't got it all. Anyway, let's talk about old boy Stan and his boss. Something happened down to the office. Some little deal and some idea that came through, and Stan didn't run it through his boss, Matt. He actually went directly to the upper management, which is what somebody else had suggested. And he really wasn't trying to be shady to Matt, but that's how it came off. Baby, Matt was pissed. Pissed. So I said then, when I looked at it, I said, he's going to get back at him some kind of way. Baby, when I tell you he get back at him, he come to their house on Christmas Eve, bearing gifts. Stan was out shopping for a gift, had their daughter with him. He come up in there and inserted doubt into the wife. So I don't be holding him. I don't be calling him to come in the office late and stuff like that. I don't do that. That ain't me. And then he tried to seduce her. Got her wheels spinning. We sing this shit, and we also sing that Stan had bought a necklace for Angel, and he also bought a bracelet for the wife. And the little girl's nappy. His little daughter, she's nappy, and her mother done picked her for information. Matt then deposited some type of doubt into the realm of things. And on Christmas Day, wife got attitude. She has an attitude. And she's like, I heard about the two gifts she bought and this, that, and the other. Baby, that's Stan had something for her. You hear me? He's like, he went and unwrapped her gift and told her, it's right here. I bought you a necklace and a goddamn bracelet. This, that, and the other. I said, oh, he really got himself out of that bullshit. A mess. And that's what she said. It's just, she apologized to him. She apologized for feeling some kind of way about the bullshit that Matt has said, and that, they know Matt ain't no good and all of this. Then she made some comments, that the real important thing about Christmas is just us being here together. Well, right there, baby, that's how it happens when you decide, chick. Angel, baby, you're not getting ready to get no visit. It's over. The visit thing is over, boo. So, it did. There was no visit, and she was just heartbroken. And I'm saying to myself, Angel, girl, you got it going on, bitch. And you don't even see it. You don't even see it. You're trying to do too much. You want to be too much. But you want to be rich, Caucasian fish, honey. No, mama. No. You're a beautiful Puerto Rican trans woman. Different lane. Sit down. But that's where she's at. So she ends up coming over to Blanca's for Christmas. Let me tell you what else happened at Blanca's earlier in the day. Damon and Ricky. Damon then mounted Ricky honey with his fine self and told him, I'm ready. I'm ready. Maybe he didn't gave him the tutu, daddy. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. So that's that. He's ready. Angel and Blanca spoke. Of course, you know, Blanca talks her off the ledge again. Told her, girl, you got to let that shit go. All in the midst of all that, baby, they done burnt up the turkey. Burnt up the turkey and took it through. It was on fire, bitch. It gave, woof, you heard it. And they were like, what is that? Oh, girl, the turkey, honey. Fire. It was on fire like a old damn baked potato, bitch. It was on fire. They threw it out the window. I cracked it when that bird hit the ground and gave. I said, oh, it was funny. But they ended up having to go out. They went out, and then this was the most touching scene of the whole episode. They had taken their gifts that Blanca had bought, and she had bought a gift for everybody, including Pray Tell. She bought him a camera, a colored camera, Kodak camera. Um, she had gotten a really nice jacket for Poppy. Um, a watch for Ricky. Ricky didn't even realize he was even going to get a gift because he was so new to the house and didn't know if Blanca had actually taken on him, you know, that deeply yet. And it actually broke him, you know, because he ain't got nobody. Um, yeah, she, she went around my table and she got them all together. Um, Damon got a book bag with socks and things that he needed for school. Nice book bag though. And then we got Angel. And Angel didn't even open her gift. And she says, why ain't you open your gift? Baby, when I tell you this was the part that just took my ass down. She said, okay. And it was funny. They says, open your gift. And she, you know, hey, she's a proper white woman, honey. She's opening the damn packaging with a fork. And they were laughing like, girl, really with the fork, bitch. So that was really funny. But she opened that baby and she had bought her a beautiful pair of red patent leather pumps, honey. And I was just finished. The Child of Waterworks started. I was just done. I was done. And that's where the episode actually ended. It ended with them opening the gifts that I'm telling you. When she opened up them red patent leather pumps, baby, I said, oh my God. It took me out. It took me out. I am still in love with this program. In love with it. And I hope you guys keep watching the program. Keep watching my reviews. I am enjoying myself. You know, I don't too much talk about nothing for no 30 goddamn minutes, child. 30, 31, almost 32 minutes. But I am enjoying this. And I will see you guys next week. Later.